My name is Stephen M. Valdez, spelled S-T-E-V-E-N, middle initial M, V-A-L-D-E-Z, and my title is Executive Director for the EDC of Weslaco.
And Steve, you've had rather a big event here for the EDC here in Weslaco today. Tell us more about it.
We did. We had our ribbon cutting ceremony and our grand opening for opening our second industrial park in Weslaco. It's a roughly raw 146 acres. After all of our streets and improvements for drainage, we're down to about 122 buildable acres. And so we're really excited to be able to open our park, to already have, even at the day that we're cutting the ribbon, to have two amazing tenants already here, to have all of our commercial lots under contract. It's just an amazing place to be for us, to be opening our park for the first time.
Tell us who those two big tenants are that are already here.
So Glazer's Beer and Beverage is here. They're opening a 253,000 square foot building. They're moving their entire operations to Weslaco. And then just across to my left, you have UPS, who purchased 10 acres. They're under construction right now, and they're telling us that they'll be ready for the fourth quarter of 2024 before they're opening doors.
And you announced today that Coldwell banker Daniel Galvan is going to be helping you sell the rest of the lots.
Well, we have a unique relationship with Daniel Galvan and with other brokers in the region. And so Daniel's going to try to sell 2 lots, and his signs are up in 2 different locations. But we're inviting all brokers to come, either work through Daniel or to work through us to be able to sell the remaining lots. So 70% of the lots are still available. That's roughly about 75 acres left. And so we can talk to us directly. You can talk to Daniel. If an outside broker wants to do business as well, we'd be happy to talk to outside brokers as well.
We've spoken to you before about the strategic value of being in Weslaco, being the Mid-Valley. So it's a great city to be in if you want to build a hub, if you want distribution. Right. The Mid-Valley's the place to be. Is that going to help you with this filling this industrial park?
It's definitely a huge factor for us. For a company like Glazer's and even UPS, who can reach their population because we're centrally located, it means a massive savings of time, of resources for these companies who because of their centralized location, can access their customer base a lot easier. That's why Weslaco is the centralized location in Weslaco is just, we believe is going to help continue grow this park. We hope that in the next couple of years that we can continue having groundbreaking ceremonies and opening events for more businesses that we hope to attract.
And tell us about the importance of the 2 local international bridges you have close by.
Exactly. So we get a lot of traffic from Progresso and from Donna, from both international bridges. We see the produce that crosses over in terms of commercial truck trafficking crossing over from Progresso. We're hoping that this industrial park will also support their needs that they have in transportation. We know that Donna is right on the edges of starting and opening a commercial lane as well, and we think that this industrial park is going to be crucial to helping those companies be successful as they travel back and forth with product.
In your remarks today from the podium, you were mentioning how this was all new to the EDC to get into the development business, and that there were lots of challenges. I mean, you didn't go into detail about what they were, but it's been quite an education for you, for the board, for the city.
It really has. I mean, we all became developers for the first time. We were learning things for the first time, and if it hadn't been for our engineers and our construction company that helped support us, it would have been the blind leading the blind, almost literally. I mean, we learned things about infrastructure, about sewer, about lift stations. I mean, there's terminologies that we now use interchangeably because we've learned this process of how to open a park. And so we almost feel outfitted to be able to sit with a contracting company and understand what a force main is and what gravity flow and what water lines and the amount of pressure that's needed to supply for a fire suppression system. I mean, there's just so many details that we can go into that talk about what we learned in this process.
And so that means that you'll be ready with much better educated for the next one. When this is filled up and you want to do the next one, it'll be a breeze.
Of course, yeah. There's going to be some things that we learned in this process that are going to help us with our 3rd industrial park. We think that by the time we sell at least 50% of the lots, we're going to start that process again. We're just going to feel a lot more equipped when that happens again. We're hoping it happens soon.
Well, I don't want to ask you to go through give credit to everyone, because there's so many people you thanked from the podium, but are there any closing remarks, anyone in particular you want to give a shout out to?
Well, aside from the folks that we did mention at the podium, the SAMEs, the LNGs, the Magic Valleys, really the guys behind the scenes were really the city of Weslaco. The permitting offices, the process that they helped us with, the inspections that occurred here, the understanding of the watering system. There's some people that like Marcelo and Rebecca and Albert, all of those guys that were used to taking my phone calls. Fortunately, took my phone calls almost every time, and so really I'm grateful more so to the people that we have in-house with the city of Weslaco that really were at the bottom and at behind the scenes of this great development.
And your EDC team?
EDC, I mean, we would not have been able to take on this task without the knowledge that I have the support to be able to make this happen. I mean, anywhere from our marketing department that helps promote this type of event and is going to help us continue to attract companies. We actually recruit, we have staff that recruit industrialized companies as well. I mean, I could not do this alone without the help and support of the 4 people that are with us. And so I would be short of tears if I continued to talk about our staff, but really the EDC staff is tops.
Well, okay, so last question then, Steve, is there anything else you want to add for this historic day for Weslaco?
Well, we're open for business, and that today was the prime message that we want to deliver. We're just open. We have great infrastructure. The investment that companies are going to see when they get here is going to be amazing, and they're going to feel good about the money that they're going to spend to grow in Weslaco, because they're going to see that we've already met them halfway. We'll see amazing buildings. We've got some restrictions in place that will be Class A buildings. The employees that are going to work here can work and live here, the proximity to anywhere else in the region, to travel back and forth. Our labor force is going to be amazing because we have so many to draw from in this county. We're just so excited to be in a great place, a great opportunity for our city.
Thank you so much, Steve, Weslaco EDC, for today's interview.
Thank you, Steve.